Hello everyone, I'm Janne Remes. I'm one of the organizers of this user group, and we started this a while ago back when we were talking with Kalle, who's over there. Kalle, can you wave a bit? Hi.
Hi.
So yeah, we were talking about code clubs and how to help people to get into the industry easier. And then it came up again that Finland still doesn't have a Unity user group, and we have been using Unity for like 6 or 7 years or something like that, and then we just decided we should just start it up. Kalle was talking with Epicode for a while, like we should start something like this, and Epicode offered to start sponsoring the first meetup, and if I started organizing the event, and Kalle was like, yeah, Janne will start doing this, so just let's get this started. And then he informed me later, like, Janne, we're starting a Unity user group and you're gonna lead it, and I was like, at last. And well, we're gonna make this for you guys, so please give us feedback. We're gonna have sent like polls and questions on the meetup page, and at the end of today we're gonna ask like, how should we improve this for you? Like, what kind of talks do you want here? Do you want to show your own games, and what have you done with Unity? Do you want to have like workshops so we do something and people can bring laptops and that kind of stuff? But yeah, let's all be active and let's make this a great group. This is the first in Finland, and maybe we start another one. We'll see. Next, Teppo is gonna talk about the members of this group who have started this, but once again, like, thanks to Epicode for making this possible.
Thank you, Janne. My name is Teppo, and I'm also one of the co-founders of this group. I'm happy to see so many of you here this evening. Stupid laptops always going to power save mode. So, like Janne said, there was a couple of us who started talking about having the group made up, and basically there's a small core team that came together to get the ball rolling. First, there's Tuomas, and user interface professional over there. And Aapo, my software specialist. Samuli, one of the best virtual reality professionals that I know of. And of course, me, myself, and Janne, and then of course Kalle, some kind of big data penguin or something. Most of us actually met in the northern line of polar bears and penguins, or Kajaani, where we were either working or studying game industry. But now, as most of us have started to migrate to the southern pastures, we're pretty much kicking ass and taking names around these parts. But Janne, why don't you tell a little bit about yourself?
So, what do I do these days? I'm a teacher. I run a startup company called Tiger Studios. We started a Unity user group and IGRA hub in Kajaani. And a lot of small things that come along, we just started up. We like to do things, all of us.
When did you get involved to Unity?
Yeah, that started like back in 2010 when I was studying my first degree in programming. It was in Rovaniemi Ammattikorkeakoulu. I was writing my thesis about game development in Unity 3D, and I was getting used to the community and asset store and everything they have to offer. I had background in C# back then, and I was checking JavaScript so I could understand the community better because tutorials were in JavaScript back then. And community was such that when you were a newcomer, you would post questions that were like silly and seemed funny for other people. But then other new people who had just learned that thing, they would give some really weird answer for that, and it would just work, but it would be like really weird, like weirdest solution ever. And then if someone knew something like how it should be done, they would just come say like, no, you can't do it like that, like you're wrong, like get out of here or something, like really negative. And then there was a third group of people who didn't really interact with others. They just made something really cool, shared it for everyone, and were like, learn from this one and see how it goes. Nowadays it's a bit different. Like if you know something and you want to make something cool and share it, you don't post it in the forums anymore, you just use asset store, you post forums like, I made this cool thing, go buy it, and if someone asks, hey, you can buy this, like there's a solution for you. And asset store like made really bad impact in my opinion, like how the community used to work before, but still you can see like people start making something together and they just continue and continue, and then they make a product one day out of it. But there's still like more, how should I say, like free software kind of community, and I really like that with Unity. And well, there's a difference, like do you see the other developers as friends and colleagues, or do you see them as customers? And I think I really want to see you guys as friends, and I want to make this like the group for that we make people together, share the knowledge, and make great things and cool things. And now, Teppo, when did you start with Unity?
Just got involved with Unity when I was working in Kauppinen University of Applied Sciences. I think that was back in 2010 when I participated in a one game jam without a team, and just decided, well, let's just start learning Unity. It seems like a cool product. I ended up getting a second place from that game jam and a little bit of cash money as a prize. But yeah, this is pretty cool. I should experiment more with this and just start building small things, games, utilities. And I was probably kind of one of those experienced guys in the community later on, saying, no, you cannot do it like that. Hey, here's the product, you can buy this. Actually, Asset Store is paying for my IRC box right now, so it's like a nice little side income there. Now, after that bit of experimenting and stuff like that, I joined a game company making mobile first-person shooter games, and I'm working in another game company, mostly doing server programming, but also being sort of an interface layer between the game engine and the server side. So I'm trying to be a jack of all trades, getting involved with bug fixing stuff that technical artists cannot do, implementing analytics for the designers, making sure that the programmers get all the data they need from the servers, whatnot. So kind of jack of all trades kind of things. One thing that I learned along the way was back in Kajaani when I was asked to teach scripting to graphical artists and designers and whatnot. I instantly said, yeah, we need to use Unity for that, because that's something that they can really get hands-on and like get going really fast. Yeah, right. Basically, that sharing of your knowledge is always a good thing, and you shouldn't see the different individuals or developers or companies as rivals. There's always some more that you can gain when you put your ideas together. And that's one thing that I would like to see this group to also activate more. So, what was next on the agenda?
Some information about Unity.
Oh yeah.
Some introduction.
Yeah, so how many of you have more than 1 year experience in Unity? Alright. That's all? More than 5 years? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, so, well, as most of you know, Unity is a 3D engine with some 2D features, and it incorporates some pretty awesome tech like Ultra and Fmod for the audio side there. It's pretty easy to approach. The learning curve is quite low nowadays, but it's still hard to master if you want to create really stunning visuals there. But actually, it is one of the leading global game industry softwares. And worldwide, they take about 45% of the game engine market share there. And that's approximately 3 times than their closest competitor. 47% of developers basically who do games have at least used Unity in some way. But one thing where Unity is dominating is the 3D mobile games. And you can see that if you look at every major App Store market in the world. That's the majority of the top grossing 3D mobile games that are made with third-party tools are made using Unity. And well, I think most of you know a game called Hearthstone. Yeah, that's made with Unity. Kerbal Space Program is made with Unity. And a new game called Besiege is made with Unity as well. There's just so many different games that you can just go on the Unity website and see the full list. Everything like that. But that's pretty well what is now. What's coming in the future?
Yeah, so as Teppo said, we're so leading the game engine market, and we can publish on so many places right now with the games. Like you can go mobile, there's like all current mobile devices, there's consoles, and web, and so many more. Like, but let's go to the future. So we have. I'm gonna go a bit overlapping with Teppo because I have kind of same stuff here, but let's go from here. Yeah. So if you wanna publish on mobile markets, Windows stores like for Windows Phone and BlackBerry, those are free to publish. You just register and go ahead. Android, you pay 22 euros for one-time fee, like registering, and iOS you pay 99 euros or $9 a year, so you can publish games there. And if you want to make for consoles, you just contact the console developer like Sony or Microsoft and become a registered partner, and Unity gives you the tools that you need. Unity is now growing really fast. They're making, well, for the past they have been taking like 38 months to make a next big cycle for update, and it used to take like 6 months to get like bug fixes and all that. But nowadays it's just 2 months, and cycles go faster and faster, and also overlapping. So when they're making the new stuff, they're also like fixing like one step behind it, or making stabilized version and looking forward like many steps ahead. And currently we have mecha animation in Unity 4. You can make blend states, state machines, blend between animations and control objects, and you can use it for pretty much any game object you have in Unity. And it's really cool with the 2D system that Thomas Torat is going to talk about today, the new UI system and 2D. We got every play. When Unity acquired the amplifier, they have taken lots of effort for advertisement and like making videos and getting the community involved in the games that you make. So nowadays it's really good to make games that people like to also watch and not just play. And new features we're getting soon is Unity Cloud. You can build your games on multiple platforms and use like cloud services. So you don't have to have like one machine, click build, wait for it, and then choose another platform and change it and then build again, because that takes like forever.
So we are going to talk about that in...
Excellent. And Unity 5, which is currently in closed beta for pre-orders. There's 64-bit editor. Works really fast right now, and now in my experience it has been really stable. Like somebody has been using it like since before it was available for pre-orders, and back then it was really like unstable and all that, but now I've been really happy with it, and it just works so fast. Like if you're making mobile games, you have to compress textures many times, change settings and all that. If you have a low-end PC, you can take quite a while. and that's because like one cycle before, still like in 2012 when Unity 3 came out, 40% of developers were still using like 32-bit systems, and you have to take in account like how to get most of the developers with Unity, because democratizing the game development has been one of the goals of Unity since the beginning, and I think they have succeeded really well in that. New things we're also getting in Unity 5 is physical-based shading, PBS for short. You can set like for material, use a PBS shader. You tell it how does it interact with light, and then you just give it texture inputs, normal maps and glossy maps and so on. And that's a whole new topic we're going to talk, I think, in the next meetup we have, because that's going to be cool and we want to show it how it works. Other part that works with that is Enlighten Global Illumination, which controls how the light is working. And it's another big toolkit that is taken into Unity, just like Umbra and Beast, that was for light mapping. And they have integrated like AAA technology into Unity again. And it's so great that indies can use this kind of technology today, because 10 years ago there was like no hope of like getting like 100,000 euros software that you just need like a plugin for your game. And those used to be like per title fees, and it was really scary back then, like where do I get the money? Next we have like self-experiences. Would Teppo like to start with this?
Yeah, sure.
What do you have?
Now, like I said before, I've been mostly doing server programming lately. But from a server programmer's point of view, Unity has been quite nice and easy to use. There are some gotchas there that I'm hoping they'll improve at some point. Like with the www class, it doesn't provide full support for REST interfaces. Like there's some HTTP methods that are missing, like put and delete. You can work around those limitations. From the networking side, yeah, Unity has its own networking system. It's pretty easy to set up between computers, but with mobile devices, it tends to have some nut punch through issues. Luckily, there's again third-party tools that can help you do that, like Photon. Yeah, always instantly getting exit games involved here.
Well, someone used to work for them.
Yeah. Yeah, well, basically, that's a toolkit that allows you to make a multiplayer game, perhaps like a strategy game or first-person shooter during 48 hours game jam. Yeah, I've done it twice, so it's a pretty nice piece of tech. But it's just to show that Unity is super modular about what you can do with it. And also as the store is a great place to get started if you get stuck with some issue or problem. Yeah, some of us make money out of it, but that's, oh yeah.
So staff pick.
Yeah. That's the store madness, staff pick.
It's not with your.
No. Don't try to find it.
Yeah, I can find it.
Yeah. Different aliases everywhere. Yeah, overall, lately Unity has been becoming more and more stable because of the speed up development, stuff like that. Back in the day, it was quite unstable. It was a crisis. Was crisis wait 6 months till we get a fix for that issue and whatnot. Yeah. And then we used to do quite a lot of workarounds for Unity bugs in our own code, actually, to get around those things. But how's it been with you, Janne?
Well, I have really liked Unity like since the beginning, because you can get so fastly with going, like you get something on the screen and that really motivates people. And I have used it also in teaching and getting like artists and game designers and producers also making some code, because they can actually make small games on themselves. And that's really great to see, like everyone is getting involved, which helps the whole team when you have everyone understanding that the programmer can't do everything, because things take time, things are hard. And when they have tried and failed, they understand and respect the programmers a lot more in the industry, and I think that's really nice to see. Asset storage is a great thing, like Teppo can make money and keep his servers running, and prices are really low, like you couldn't believe it, like you can buy like 3 months work for €5 or €20 or something like that. The most expensive items are like €100 tops, if you're not including some material packs or something like that. What else do I have? Let's see. Oh yeah. Also going to mobile is so nice. You can you pretty much press a button, create an XML file for Android, and you can specify what rights does the device need to give you. And then you can start making mobile games really fast. And back then it was really difficult for me, because I was like, it's gonna be so hard, like I can't do it. But now I just see how easy it is. Now it's like, okay, how do I make a really simple game that people like, and now it's the hard part. And things I have learned in this year, the sooner you release your games, the better. Like we had this small game, Bug Bowling. It was a game jam originally, and half of the team was using it as a school project for probably a year or 2 projects or something like that. It was for PC. We were showing it in assembly, and that kind of, I joined the team. They asked me like, can you make a mobile version? But currently the artist is busy for like 4 months, and the gameplay programmer can't be fixing it for 4 months. So start making like mobile optimized, test everything, see how much like destruction we can put into the devices without them melting. And currently the game is pretty much melting because too much graphic objects and all that. But we had like 1 year and 4 months. We had a mobile version. First city was ready in the game, like you could play it. We didn't publish it yet. Hey, let's start making content which could be an update in the game if you had published it. Like best idea ever, but we didn't have it. It was like late summer. We go assembly again. We saw it like, oh, it's amazing. People like it. And hey, let's make another city. Let's spend another 3 months. We have a new city like in 1 month or something. We use more time for tweaking it. We started adding analytics and every play and all that, and it's Christmas suddenly. And we got soft launch in January in Canada. And we're gonna put it in global release in next month, I think. I'm a bit busy this month, but we'll see. Maybe we can earlier. Get your projects done. If not done, get them out. If people don't like them, don't spend more time on them, because your life is short anyway. You can learn more by starting something new. Because you learn when you make mistakes, don't start building up on those mistakes. Make something fresh and clean. I have met some people from Unity, some evangelists. They're really nice, and you can just contact them. And if you're a startup, they're gonna help you and give them right contacts. And when you put a business up, they give you discounts and promote you and all that. And they're really cool people. Like we're gonna get some evangelists coming here. I hope we can get in the next month that is coming, or when we're doing the next meeting that will be announced later. Yeah.
That's pretty
Thank
much
you
it.
for listening, and now I think we can start taking some refreshments and
Yeah, let's
prepare
get
for the
some
next topic.